ever give me chills. This isn't me head over heels. And I said I could feel the fire now. Every time I dream of you, I see. It's the kind of thing that you can't unsee. I'm sorry. Every time I dream of you, I see. It's the kind of thing that you can't unsee. I'm sorry. I'm looking for cinema, and it might be naive, but I know what I want. This is not enough, so give me some cinema. I want the late night, boom, accent inside. I'm looking for cinema, and if you don't agree, then I'm giving it some. I wanna laugh so hard it hurts, to feel it touch so hard it burns. And it isn't something you could learn, it's natural. And I might not feel that for you, but someday you'll find someone who sees you in a crowded room, sensational. Every time I dream of you, I see. It's the kind of thing that you can't unsee. I'm sorry. Every time I dream of you, I see. It's the kind of thing that you can't unsee. I'm sorry. I'm looking for cinema, and it might be naive, but I know what I want. And this is not enough, so give me some cinema. I want the late night, boom, accent inside. I'm looking for cinema, and if you don't agree, then I'm giving it some.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another week of Rocket League. But this isn't just your ordinary Rocket League. This is playoffs Rocket League. Playoffs, what we've been waiting for. We are excited to be here, excited to be a part of it as we take on CCM. And Glitch, we know a thing or two about CCM, don't we?
Yeah, we do. I mean, we faced them earlier in the season. This is what, this is what everything kind of culminates to. Playoffs is what it's all about. Do or die, as they say. We played CCM before, like you just mentioned. We played them on March 10th. It did not go our way. CCM is they're scoring the most goals in the league right now. So They're an offensive powerhouse tonight. I mean, if we're going to go right into it tonight, we're going to have to weather some storms throughout tonight. But there's always a way to win in Rocket League.
Absolutely. If you had to, what are those ways to win? Maybe 3?
Yeah. Three keys to the game?
Yeah.
Well, mine, as I was doing a little bit of research earlier today, be organized on defense. You know, we talked about weathering the storms, and it's gonna be hard. I mean, a team that can score at will the way that CCM does, we're gonna have to weather those storms, and then so that means being organized on defense. And then the other thing is getting the correct timings on offense. We've missed that a few weeks now. The offensive timings where passes are coming in, but guys aren't there to get the shot to go in. So we need to correct that. Hopefully that little break got us to where we need to be. And then when in doubt, rotate it out. Get those rotations started early, especially against a team that can score so well. And let's make sure that we're on top of everything tonight. I think you're going to see a different CIU Rocket League team tonight. They're going to be a lot more aggressive, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm just ready for just playoffs. Then anything can happen. There's always a way to win. So
Absolutely. If you're in the game, then you have a chance to win it. So this is going to be an exciting matchup. Yeah, what I want to see is them come out aggressive early because we've often seen slow starts. And although this is best of 7, so the first team to 5 wins, yeah, you can't wait until game 4 to start heating up.
yeah.
But speaking of, since we're talking about these guys in a general sense, why don't we talk about them in a specific sense? Who's our lineup for tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we got the super seniors. We got Genji 44. We got Tom X Trickshot. And we got Casey, a.k.a. Rito, a.k.a. Casey, whatever he's going by these days. That's our 3 super seniors. The guys that started it all here from day one. Excited to see what they got cooked up for us tonight.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, like we said, were here at the inception of the program, but you know, we're gonna be sad to see them go because the places that they've gone, where they have taken this team, has been exciting, and they will be dearly missed. They really will.
Yeah.
But that being said, if you are interested in being on this team, reach out to Coach Scotty. He is Henry Pickles on Discord, and he would love to talk to you about options about possibly joining this team or any of the other esports programs that are at CIU. There are scholarships available, and all you have to do is be a student of CIU, undergrad or grad, doesn't matter, and then be on campus or near campus, and it might work out. And so, yeah, if you think you can take a shot at it, please do. And we are underway as the game kicks off as well. CIU maintaining ball. They will be in blue this time. I know in previous weeks we've seen them in orange. CIU getting demos in front of their goals, and then trying to push onto offense, a little back and forth around midfield. And Casey did get the score, pushing it up the right side into the right corner and following through. On the kickoff now, again, it is CIU on the defensive side. Genji going up in the goal. Time X out of the right corner. Could not get the push, and it's going to be a hard task for Casey and now Genji to try to get this ball out of there, but they might have a chance at a fast break.
Yeah, that fast break's still on, and this is the exact start you wanted if you're CIU. Come out early, throw a punch. Let's see how CCM's going to react to this, and like I said, this is already a different CIU team that we've seen in the past few weeks. Where they had that doubleheader. Last time they played, they went 1-1 in that doubleheader. And speaking of double, they just doubled their lead.
Time X on the follow-up behind Gingy. Good air dribble and great finish. Squeaking it by 2 defenders, making it 2-0. Only a minute 12 down.
Yeah, a minute 12. I think that's kind of the scary part of your CIU, is a minute 12 is gone. So that's plenty of time for CCM to get warmed up. Again, they are one of the better goal-scoring teams in, I would say, in the country, the way they've been playing in Playfly League this season. But so far, so good for the CIU Rams.
Gingy up to a touch. It's not going to go in, but it's going to set up CIU for a chance to attack. And just like that, Time X puts it in.
Great, like right there. I mean, he's aware of the situation. He's not rotating early or pre-rotating. He's says, "All right, guys, I'm there. I'm in the right position." And he went and he made his shot count. And now it's 3-0. 3 minutes 15 on the clock. Man, this is picture perfect right now for CIU.
Yeah, still plenty of time. Oh, great stop by Gingy as it hit the top corner. But I was going to say, plenty of time for CCM to get back into this, so you do not want to see CIU let up in the slightest. Sort of what you were saying, rotate early and often. Right now, the defensive rotations did not get in, as it was all 3 CCM players in front of the goal and only 2 CIU players playing defense.
Yeah, so the first mistake from CIU ends up costing them a goal. And last time they played this, that's what really was the difference maker for CIU between CCM, was that when CIU made a mistake, CCM just made them pay. And so far they're doing that. But it looks like CIU is right back where they need to be, having the ball in front of goal with a shooting opportunity.
It's a game of knockout, pretty much. It
really is, dude.
Just the follow of 1, 2, 3, and then back to 1 again. Yeah. Each guy getting a touch and a shot on goal.
And if that's what it takes, they're doing a great job of keeping the situation dangerous. Keep that ball. You're not letting your opponent clear the ball. And it's 4-1, and it's 4-2, and it's looking really good for CIU.
Yeah, just a little miscue on the kickoff.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to dial up a play and it didn't quite go their way.
Yeah, because normally Casey wouldn't be up on the wall in that situation. We saw him kind of go up the wall. That's why he was late. They definitely had something dialed up. I hope we get to see it later on in this series.
Absolutely. Something to look forward to. Just a little over 2 minutes now, and a 2-point disparity between the 2 teams. And CCM mounting an attack did not get it, allowing CIU to try to regroup. And it's up to them to try to push forward now up the middle of the field. Genji following up behind Casey with Time X on the left side. CCM shots on goal do not go in, and now it's another offensive attack with the demo in front of goal.
So this is good discipline right here from Casey. When in doubt, what are we doing? We're rotating out. He didn't go for that ball. He didn't try and put himself on an island. He rotated, got closer to his goal, and made a great defensive play. And great save there from Gingy.
Yeah, and shout out to Time X getting that demo on his
definitely
rotation.
gave him the man advantage.
A little bit of stalemate now as teams are feeling out each other. But a follow-up by Gingy. Great shot, and the pass from Casey.
The double touch here from Casey. Right there. He gets that slight touch to get it go forward. Gingy's there waiting for the pass. No one no one on the other team saw that coming. And it's 5-2 with a minute and 15 left.
Very encouraging goal on that. These guys are firing on all cylinders. It's just up to them to keep on it for the remaining 1 minute that's left on the clock.
Yeah, we talk about it a lot when you play your first game. This is kind of where you're seeing where the opponents are coming from. What's the game plan? What's the other team got that we don't know that they got? And so far, CIU's kind of caught CCM off guard.
Speaking of being caught off guard, CIU did get caught in the transition. Timex and Casey both biting in, leaving Gingy on a one-on-one, and he just tried to take an angle away. It's a good shot by CCM. Still a 2-point disparity between the two teams with 45 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, there's 3 mistakes that CIU's made and 3 goals for CCM, and I think that's why one of my points before the game was, if you can play organized defense, then you can win. So, and defense has definitely been a little sketchy so far in this one for CIU, but they're counteracting that with some really good offense.
Speaking of offense, they are pushing forward again with Casey going under and over, just doing it himself up the middle.
So right here, Casey is faking a touch on the ball. The defender has to take that angle away, and when he does, he goes straight over the ball. And a beautiful individual piece of skill from Casey. Wow, man, what a goal!
8 seconds left and 3 points between the two left on the board. I think it is safe to say CIU will take game 1.
Absolutely, dude. What a showing. What a way to come out. And to your point for pregame, they came out strong. They came out aggressive. Absolutely. And it was from the starting line. It wasn't in game 4. So, and to your other point, we're going to see if they can keep it going. And that's what I'm excited for, because that's where CIU as an organization, I think, has grown, in where they're more consistent in pressurized situations. So let's see if they can listen to I Am Shorter a little bit.
Speaking of consistent, look at this, 2 goals for each player. That's what you want to see. Each guy getting involved and having a part in this success. 6 shots on goal by Casey. Love that he's setting up plays for these guys to follow through with as well.
Yeah, I mean, and that kind of started with that first 2 minutes of the game where it was that backboard game, and it had shot coming in. Not a great transition to game 2 though.
Well, we see they were going with a play again and got a little disrupted, and then Casey got a little lost in no man's land, it seems.
Yeah, I think he got caught in between 2 decisions and ended up not making a decision at all. So 1-0. Yeah, this is a best of 7 series. We touched on it in pregame, but we're gonna have a lot more Rocket League to be played tonight. So make sure you're strapped in, ready to go for what's looking like gonna be a grueler of a matchup in round 1 of playoffs.
Oh, great shot on goal by Casey to follow up. Off the defender, rolls in. Gingy with a great strike.
Man, what a response from CIU. I think you go down early and you're like, wow, okay, this is the CCM we played on March 10th. they're coming out to play, and then they're playing their game. CIU is playing their game. They're playing it well right now. Let's see if they can keep the foot on the gas. Oh man, again, mistake after mistake in front of their goal is leading to a goal for CCM.
Yeah, we see a couple missed touches end up leading to the second goal, but fortunately 4:23 still left on the clock. CIU definitely has a chance to clean it up a little bit as they push 2 forward on offense with the third following. Shot almost going in on the first shot too.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of getting that ball forward, and that's kind of what I meant on the timing aspect, where you're having 2 guys go forward. It's a great game plan, and it could be alluding to what's going on in the back, where you have that one guy kind of on the island, but they're playing really good offense, so they're getting those shots on goal for sure. Oh, great save, Tomex.
Yeah, a little bit of a mishap. Does not end up being a goal against CIU. Almost is a goal for it, as Gingy had a nice touch. That one is going to be a goal if they can't cut it. They do. Great job by Casey on being back on that.
Yeah, there's just something about CIU coming off a bye. They came off a bye last week. Like there were no games last week. They look different, bro. They look like they are a much different team than we saw the last 2 weeks of the regular season. In the best way possible.
Definitely. 3 minutes left on the clock, and they are working in the upper corner of CCM. Not getting anything quite on goal yet, but they are trying to set it up. And they do. Casey to time X on the finish.
And that's that timing I'm talking about. I was talking about in pregame. This timing aspect is perfect right now on offense. So they basically traded their timings on defense and got some good timings on offense. So, dude, it's 2-2. Great Rocket League playing right now from CIU. Let's see who's going to get the next goal.
2:45 and a demo by Casey. Setting up a nice transition. Casey to time X in the corner. No shots on goal, but the teamwork to set it up.
Yeah. Oh.
Nothing quite to go in, but CIU still pursuing that third goal in front of the CCM goal. Casey does get demoed, making them a man down, but they are staying on offensive pressure. Now it's up to Timex, the lone man back. He tries the shadow guard and then works up the backboard to get some separation.
Great save there from Casey.
Great save by Casey.
Yeah. And that's back to that discipline aspect that we've seen Casey grow in. He's doing his job. He's staying home, being where he needs to be. And it's leading to really good things right now for CIU.
Score is still 2-2 with 1:30 left on the clock as CIU trying to stay on to offense right now. One touch by Gingy wasn't enough, but it does set up a follow-up.
Great save there from Gingy.
Great save. Coming up onto a minute, and demos are flying, both sides getting involved in the demolitions. All three CIU players, except Gingy, who stayed back for the defensive point. Great stop.
I'm on the edge of my seat. I don't really know what to break down because it's all happening so fast. Both of these teams are playing really, really good Rocket League, and we're seeing how exciting Rocket League can be when you have two really good teams going against each other.
Shinji lobs a touch in front of goal, which doesn't go in, but it does allow for Casey to time X to come forward with Gingy on the follow in the air. It does go high, so now all three on defense, with Casey being the first touch. The setup is there, but it couldn't go in. The pass back to Casey gets CCM a little off guard as they work into the corner again.
All right, what are we playing for here?
Great stop by Timex right there too.
Smart. All right, it's overtime. 2-2. The clock's gonna count up, and it's a golden goal rule. Whoever scores next wins this game too.
Timex first to disrupt on defense. Gingy getting involved on offense. Now it's Casey front post with Timex going up the backboard. Gingy trying to get the clear. Cannot. Casey does though. CIU not being aggressive on the offensive turn just yet. Trying to work it around a little more into the corner. Gingy went for a demo and didn't get it. But you see what they're working up.
Oh, doubles coming in from Timex. It hits the ball.
Off the bar. And Gingy squeaks it in. Timex almost saved it.
Dude, let's go, man.
Timex so close to hitting his own teammate's ball out of the goal, but he didn't after setting it up. Game 2 going to CIU.
Yeah, game 2. And when you win a game in overtime, it's sweeter than pumpkin pasties, man. What a way to capitalize. In other situations, we're seeing a CIU team letting the ball get cleared there, and Gingy said, "Nah, dude, let's go for it," and squeaked it in top left. What a goal! Gives CIU the game 2 and a 2-0 advantage in the series.
You love to see it. A hot start from these guys. Yeah, I mean, it is a closer game on this one than it was in the first game. So you can see CCM catching some momentum. So do not let up in these next 5 minutes. Absolutely not.
And they're playing great Rocket League. I think CCM definitely made a few adjustments. They're playing a different, if you will, formation. They're having those two guys go forward instead of how they were playing a 1-1-1, that 1-2-3 system, and now they're playing more of a zone system, and it's working. But CIU, man, what a way to take game 2. And I'm surprised no shot came through there.
Yeah. I'm wondering, I don't think the demo was intentional, but it would have set up a nice follow-up shot.
Yeah. We essentially had an open net for about a split second, so.
The first minute of this third game is about to expire, and 0 goals on the board, but CCM pressing forward, and both missed the shot on an open net, allowing CIU in a Rule 1, Gingy.
Is it?
Yeah, forwards and backwards. Not your typical front to front.
All right, so let's explain a Rule 1 for these guys. Oh, he broke it.
No, he didn't.
Okay.
He just repositioned.
A Rule 1 is kind of like a gentleman's agreement, where if any parts of your car, your front or your back end, get stuck together, you have to stay that way until the play ends. So, and that's what we saw. But one of those nuances of Rocket League, which makes this game so fun.
Yeah, not a technical rule, just a moral one. If you want to be a good sport, you typically stick to it. Unfortunately, it has started a snowball for CCM to start scoring.
Yeah, I think CCIU is kind of getting caught up in the moment. CCM is coming out aggressive. I think they're playing a little bit of a mental game. If we can demo them more than they demo us, then it's going to get them off their game, and that's exactly what's happening. And you're starting to see a little bit of mistakes, a little bit of a crack in the armor, if you will, for CIU. But let's see how long it holds up, because what a shot from Casey.
Great shot from distance. Great demo by Gingy. And then also getting in front of the defensive player, allowing Casey to have a one-on-one essentially, and he just puts it where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Just a little over 3 minutes left, and CIU trying to figure out who's going to take the ball up the field. It's Gingy. The follow-up by Casey. A little touch, couldn't get it in, but a save by CCM.
What a save from Jarhead for CCM. Bro, that ball was halfway in the goal, and he denied it.
All signs pointed to a CIU goal, and that was just unfortunate for CIU, but you got to give credit where credit is due for CCM's players.
I mean, it comes down to an open net, and I mean, Casey has to make those count. It was an unfortunate bounce, the height of the bounce, but you got to make those count no matter what in games like this.
2-1 and 2:22 on the clock. CIU starving to get the ball across to the other side of the field right now, as they are struggling in front of their own goal.
Yeah,
and
whether the
CCM. Yeah, CCM is pushing hard right now.
Yeah. You got to weather those storms. If you're CIU, they do so. That can transition forward. A great pass by Gingy there, coming off the wall.
Good redirect by Casey and a good follow on defense by Timex. Gingy's passing it to Casey, who's on the wall. but CCM disrupts it from happening. Man, I thought it was about to come in and collect on that one. Time X stops it at the mid.
Should be another. Oh, Casey, man, the discipline Casey's showing right now when he's the last man back is off the charts. Usually we see him going and get those 50-50s and initiating contact. Right now he's going and defending his goal. He knows the game plan and he's playing it really well.
Jarhead for CCM does get their third goal for the game. With a minute 13 left on the clock, CIU is going to have to really come out swinging in these next minute and some change.
There's definitely an ease to their mind in a situation like this. They're 2-0 up right now in the series. It's not an excuse to have a bad game and forget why you're here, but it does take a little bit of the pressure off. It allows you to score goals like this.
Yes.
It allows you to score goals like this, put the ball in a dangerous situation, get it closer with 55 seconds left. Now they have an actual chance to tie it up and even go for that win.
That's a little bit of payback for the previous save, as Genji was also there for the follow-up if it didn't roll in. Just under a minute and 1 point to go. Time X does get a demo with Casey coming up the side. No one on CIU to follow as Genji stayed back on defense. And rightfully so, I should say.
Yeah. I think the game or the play call in that situation we're starting to see is Casey's going on the wall, and then he's either going to have a pass or have a shot. And right there he opted for a pass, but no one was really ready for it. So
we saw a double in front of CIU's goal that did not work against them, as Casey did follow up behind
coming in.
Cover.
It's a
and then Genji on the transition. Time X, a great touch to make it dangerous.
He's been just dealing some dimes tonight. He's playing some good defense. Got to profit to him, but like you said at the end of game 1 or game 2, his passes are off the chart right now. He's doing some great work getting his teammates involved. There's a chance right here.
Fire. It does touch the ground.
I thought someone was definitely in the air going for back post, but 3-3. Two games in a row where we've gotten overtime.
Overtime in the playoffs, it's just match made in heaven.
Oh, dude, well said. It's like Kevin Malone's secret chili. It's just the best.
Just make sure you don't spill it everywhere.
Yeah.
See it through to the end.
Absolutely. Oh.
Right now, they're trying to set it up.
Yeah. Man.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate because right there, like we've been talking all night, Casey's been doing a great job of going and playing at his goal. And the one time he goes up. And now I'm starting to think he did it on purpose.
No, I doubt he would do it on purpose. But I think what we did see is CCM, whether intentionally or not, lined up behind each other on that defensive point. So as they got one clear, CIU followed up, but then it went right back into a CCM defender again, allowing it to pop up and then press forward. So it was just unfortunate circumstance for CIU, the way that it lined up. But, you know, Grayson, Jeff Bezos started Amazon in a garage. It was a bookstore in a garage. So sometimes you got to start small and work your way up to something big. And I think that's what we're doing here. You know, we had a strong start. We're sort of coming back to reality. But, you know, work your way back up, because this team can definitely take this series from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, I think even the great Jeff Bezos would say that sometimes success doesn't come without a little bit of adversity. So, very well said. I would love to hear Jeff's input on this.
Yeah, and we actually have right now.
We actually that'd be sick. But yeah, to your point, I agree. I think right now though it's sticking to their game plan. We kind of saw them get fall into the trap of CCM. CCM was playing a little bit their way. Demos first, go all out, be aggressive, get in the head of their opponent, and that's definitely a strategy. And so we definitely saw CCM do that, and CIU definitely kind of fell into that trap. They got out of it. They responded well. And we ended up going into an overtime game. But and now it's game 4 with CIU with the 2-1 lead. Interesting to see what happens next, because I think now these teams we're seeing the full potential of both of them. So these two juggernauts, what's going to happen next?
Right now, it is 2v1 in front of CIU goal, and they do get the stop by Gingy. Great play, and he's pushing forward. He's about to go end to end with it.
The demo's coming early in plays. That's where CCM is kind of getting in that aggressive mode.
Gingy settled the ball in front of goal, and Timex did get demoed as he was following it up. So a lot of aggressive pushes.
Gotta have those on target.
This is some messy Rocket League right now. It's whoever has the most grit. This is not Hogwarts Legacy. You can't go into story mode. Like, these are real gamers right now, pushing themselves to the limit.
No difficulty setting, just one difficulty setting, and it's adapted. It's whatever.
Yeah.
It's whatever your opponent's bringing to the table.
Still 0-0 though, as neither team has really had a solid shot on goal. Gingy stopping CCM's only true attempt on scoring. And now they are trying to stop CCM, and they can't.
Oh, no!
Off the board. Timex on the follow.
Casey had a
trying
chance.
to dribble out.
Yeah, what are we doing? Just get it out, man. Just get it out.
Okay. Well, yeah, questioning the dribble slightly, but I mean, it was good aggression by CCM in that moment.
Yeah. But another instance where like pressure isn't really on you if you're CIU. You're up 2-1. You can kind of afford to make a mistake like that, especially if you're going to respond immediately.
Wow.
Casey with a great individual piece of play, misses his shot, it hits off the bar, and Timex is there to follow it up to go in. And we see a frowny face from Casey because he meant to make that.
1-1 and 2 minutes off the clock pretty much, with Gingy getting first touch and then waiting and getting full boost to circle back onto defense as Casey pushes up with Timex behind him. It's going to be up to Gingy.
Yeah.
He does get the stop.
Nice. The teamwork is something I've noticed from CIU. What a fake from Casey. A dummy, bro. A dummy run. So that's a soccer reference where a pass comes in and one player is going and acting like they're going to play on it, and they, in the back of their mind, know they're going to leave the ball regardless. And Gingy played that perfectly.
Wow, that was very well done, whether intentional or not. We'll say it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
We now have Gingy front post with Casey behind him. Timex waiting on the follow-up, sitting in goal, waiting for his chance to strike.
Good job, Timex, bro.
Yeah.
You've been on another level tonight for sure.
His maneuvering is just exceptional right now.
Yeah. Oh!
Coming up on 2 minutes on the clock, CIU has to stop this ball from going onto their side of the field. If they don't, they're allowing CCM to get a shot. But Casey, great stop and goal. Transitioning onto offense. Puts one on goal as well with Gingy following.
One thing that I've seen is how effective CCM's clearances have been. Almost every clearance is sending it on the other side of the field. And it's turned into a real problem. But again, CIU has weathered those storms, and they continue to do so far.
Yeah, I mean, they are definitely weathering some storms on defense, I would say, as I've been stressed. Like, as you're breaking stuff down, the ball's just lingering in front of goal. But 2-1 right now, they do have the advantage. So as long as they can keep the ball on CCM side of the field, they're going to be sitting pretty. But I'm looking for one to collect pretty soon.
Yeah, you got to get the shots off, and I think having those early shots, we don't want to be getting in their corner with a minute left. We're not going to be giving them space to work with. We don't want Casey in those one-on-one situations. So shoot early if you're CIU.
Gingy does get demoed, but Timex pushes the ball forward in front of goal. Casey was trying to line up to follow it, but Gingy does come back in time to play some defense.
Nice, Casey. What a chow from Casey.
Timex stealing boost from the side as well.
30 seconds.
CIU maintaining possession of the ball fairly well, as it is up to them to collect themselves on defense here and get a nice clear, which Gingy does. 10 seconds left on the clock.
Oh,
Timex, not enough boost. Casey sets it up.
All right.
Gingy sets it up.
Let's go.
No one scores, but it doesn't matter because they had the most points, and that's how the game works as time expires.
That's how the game works. What a breakdown, Shorty. They had the most goals at the end of the game. I mean,
that's how you win.
one would argue that's the most breakdowniest breakdown I've ever heard.
Sure thing. So, CIU goes up 3-1 in the series now, on their way to 5, but not quite there yet.
Yeah, so the 3-1 up, like you just said, and they're playing their best Rocket League they have so far this season, in my opinion. And I'm excited to see what this game is gonna bring both teams immediately going into this game. This is a match point right now for CIU, and there was no waiting from either team. So CIU's hot, they want to keep it going. CCM thinks that they have the momentum going their way. I'm gonna have to disagree with you, CCM.
All right, coming up the right side of the field, almost goes in. Casey setting the tone early, getting a nice shot on goal. It's up for Gingy. It does get stopped, but Casey has a chance to maintain possession, setting up Time X into the corner. Is on to defense for CIU, but not for long.
Force your opponents to make mistakes. CIU can keep their game plan intact. So far, we're seeing exactly that.
Just under 4 minutes and no points on the board, as both teams making a concerted effort, and no J for CCM gets the first goal.
Yeah. And that's what happens when your entire defensive game plan is based on 50-50s and winning those. Casey's the only one man up. That's his job in that situation. But then you have two guys going for boosts on opposite ends of the field. One guy's got to stay home. Nice case, or Gingy. Oh no.
Ball's lingering in front of CIU's side of the field.
Nice.
Time X gets back.
That's a good recovery and a great save. Turning it into good offense too. It's a good offensive situation. Transition, excuse me. Oh man, that's a great demo.
Gingy does get demoed, as does Casey, but it's a swap. Casey does spawn in time to get a touch on the ball with Time X. Oh! They have a chance on this. CCM gets the stop. Time X loses the ball at mid. It's up to Casey. He can't get it, and then Time X wasn't able to get back in time.
It seems right now CIU's made a little bit of an unnecessary adjustment. I wouldn't necessarily at CCM that's made the adjustment. I think CIU is just trying on something a little different, and that's okay. They're up. They have the 2-game advantage to do that. It's just right now it's not really paying off for them. So I'd like to see them go back to what they were doing the previous few games and just kind of simplify the game, break it down elementary style, and do the little things perfectly.
Yeah, I wouldn't say all is lost, as we've seen some
Absolutely
plays
not.
come in that just get stopped as they are getting shots on goal. But it does seem to be the defensive rotation that is suffering in this. Great stop by Timex.
Oh, great touch too.
They're not getting big clearances right now, and that is leaving it to linger and giving CCM time to recuperate.
I'm gonna say it, and it almost looks kind of like CIU's playing a little tired. They're a little late to some balls that they've usually been getting to. They've been doing such a good job of backing each other up in previous games this series, and so far I'm not really seeing that. I think they're a little tired. Might need to have a breather game with 1 minute and 30 seconds left now. That's okay.
Yeah, still chances to score with 1
Yeah.
minute 30 on the clock. We did see while you were giving a bit of a breakdown, Time X was trying to get some bumps and demos and goal while Casey was waiting patiently to take his shot. So they are communicating. We are seeing that they're working together. It's just not quite happening on the defensive side.
Yeah. CCM has gone desperation mode, if that's what we want to call it. Every single time that they're going for a play, it's a demo. It's demo oriented. That's what's starting the play. That's what's in the middle of the play, and sometimes that's what's ending the play. So it's safe to say that whenever there's a demo from CCM, there's going to be a shot come in pretty shortly after. When it's on the other side.
Yeah. Timex gets his chance to get a demo in with just under 1 minute left on the clock and 3-0 on the board. CCM pushing forward again. I would like to see CIU use this opportunity. Timex trying to disrupt and distract. You really want to see a goal happen, at least just for momentum's sake.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think I want to see that shift, even if the goal doesn't happen, where CCM's having to play primarily defense. Let's see how these last 25 seconds go for CCM to make some saves. But this has definitely been that breather game for CIU. I think they did the work at the beginning where they could afford this. Look for CIU to come out with something to prove in game 6.
CCM does seal the deal with another goal, making it 4-0 with 2 seconds left on the clock. So I think it's pretty clear to say that they will take their second victory of the matchup.
Yeah.
Time does expire, and they do so.
So I mean that puts the series score at CIU 3, CCM 2.
Yep.
It is a best of 7. I've said that a few times tonight, and I'm nervous. I'm officially nervous. I think the momentum definitely shifted there. CIU probably needs to take their time here, but we're not going to see that. We're going to go straight into it. What a game! That wasn't really anything to write home about for CIU. They tried a few things at the beginning, it didn't work, and then it was too late by the time they switched to their normal game plan. I think you mentioned it though, Shorter. I think when it comes to defense, they just need to clean it up, and pretty straightforward and simple. The defense right now is not there for CIU. But the offense, though, is clicking. I think that's what is actually really surprising about tonight. every time they've gotten scored on, other than last game, they've been able to respond.
Right now on defense, we've seen 2 doubles in front of their own goal. So that is something just to keep an eye on.
Panicking.
Yeah, we see a lot of defensive aggression to try to make sure the ball does get safe and cleared, but maybe not as much communication. But they do have a chance here, being met at midfield by CCM.
Yeah, this is the CCM that makes them so dangerous. Why they're one of the best teams in this league that they're in play fly. When they get aggressive, it's never ending. So especially when you have opportunities like that, you got to make them count.
Yeah, we are seeing setups and follow-ups happening, just nothing quite enough to make it go in.
Oh,
Off the top bar.
I hate that so much.
They have a chance here. They do stop it, as Gingy had a chance on the shot, but couldn't get there quite soon enough. Still 0-0 though,
Nice.
with almost 2 minutes off. Gingy denied at the front post.
He's on his way to get some boost. Timex has.
Demos were swapped,
Yeah.
stopping the
Nice
pressure.
shit.
Good job by Casey, yeah.
Oh, air dribble here from Gingy. Can he get the shot off? He can't, but Timex is there. Goes with the changeup.
All 3 CCM defenders consolidated it to in front of and in the goal on that one, which helped them on the transition.
It's so the timing right now is just really unfortunate for CIU. I think that's kind of what it boils down to. What can you start? What are you focusing on that you can control now? You know, like your timing on defense isn't there. Your opponent's timing on offense is there. So just start focusing on what you can control. Like that. That's a great
stop.
save.
But is someone going to be there to follow up?
they made
They
2.
are.
Oh, with the
Very
musty
little
flick.
boost. Tries to get a bump in the goal. Time X trying to get some boost to regather himself as Casey gets a touch with Gingy behind him. They have a chance at this if they can squeak the ball past, maybe make it awkward. And if they can maintain possession most of all.
A minute 40 now. And I'm gonna start seeing some shots from CIU.
A lot of back and forth going to both sides as Casey does get up but doesn't get the 50. Gingy does though. That's a little back and forth between teammates and they're rotating back, swapping demos between the teams. Oh, the pass is in, the shot's on, but it won't go in.
Yeah, right now CCM's touches are just so effective. I mean, every single time they touch the ball, it's so frustrating to watch.
CCM going for demos too in front of the CIU goal. 45 seconds left.
Get your bumps, make your bumps count. Oh, Gingy doing a great job. Casey trying to get his shots off. Gingy with a good shot, makes it 1-1. Let's go out of nowhere. Caught them sleeping.
Just a little mistouch from Noje in the corner, 2 missed touches, and ends up costing the CCM. CIU is back in this game with 36 seconds left.
CIU needs a goal and they win the series. That's all they need is a goal now. And that's going to be
tried to set up.
task.
CCM tried to set up a play on that kickoff and didn't make it, so it allows CIU to have the offensive possession. No one on the follow-up though, as Time X was prioritizing defense, and I think Casey was getting his rotations in. but they're up now
Oh no.
with 10 seconds left. I think CIU is trying to make this an overtime game.
It depends on what this touch happens here. Yeah, it's good. We're going overtime. All right. Third overtime game in the series. Shows how evenly matched up these two teams are tonight. Gingy, if he gets up first,
He gets the touch. The follow by Timex is in.
Let's go! Oh my gosh, baby, let's go!
Gingy gets the perfect touch against the double off the kickoff. He saw his moment and he took it. Timex on the follow-up.
Your CIU Rams are moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go!
You can tell they're excited in that celebration post-game.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Oh, bro, what a team game. What a team performance. I mean, it had its highs, it had its lows, but at the end of the day, total command from CIU Rams from start to basically finish, man. What a game, what a series. The first best of 7 we've seen all season, and it looked like a completely different CIU team out there on the pitch.
Yeah, these guys are like the Kansas City Chiefs. It's the playoffs that matter, man. They
Yes.
just come out when it matters. Love to see it. And then shout out to CCM for the good play, the hard-fought effort, and then, of course, the good sportsmanship in the chat post-game as well.
Yeah, always good sportsmanship. Man, well, we're going to have another week of CIU. These super seniors are going to get another chance to move on one more time in the playoffs. What a way to start your Monday night and to start your week. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
So we'll probably, I think we're going to have a doubleheader next week. CIU Blue are in the playoffs as well. They've earned their bye. And then, as we just saw, CIU Gold moving on. What a Monday night next Monday is going to be.
Yeah. So make sure you tune in for that, because we will be looking forward to you being there supporting your team as they, go on to the next round and start as well. So
a little bit of a March Madness at the end on the last day of March.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for supporting your team. We look forward to seeing you again next week. You better be there. And Glitch, what do we tell them?
Win or lose, this time we win in advance. We're going to say charge on, go Rams. We'll see you next week, ladies and gentlemen.
See you next week.